At bullies, we won't be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen.
Amen. I don't know if you can see this at home, but she is getting a ton of standing ovations.
And we are live here. Well, pre-recording this episode. We're going to be live, all right, for another episode of the Real Lil Show here on the Can You Dig Sports Radio Network, on the My Tuna Radio app. We are back for another show, and it's going down because guess what? These are approaching the Lil Shadamas hours, which means I have my powers, okay? I have the power to speak my mind, okay? I'm here right now for another episode, and we are going to discuss the things that need to be talked about right here on this show. And I got a guest for y'all today that, he came on my show a couple times and he's back. Okay. And I am looking forward to this show. I got my guy Price in the building. Price, how you feeling? What's the vibe looking like?
Shit, man. It's all good. Just another day, another dollar. Just maintaining. You know what it is.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Another day, another dollar, another hour, and another hour to be able to get on this mic and talk about the stuff that's happening in the world right now. And we might as well get to it, because before we get into this Nicki Minaj situation, obviously you being a conservative, I being that as well, I want to have that conversation from a lens that is, how we doing the show, right?
Yeah.
We talk about things from different angles, and we come up with solutions and opinions and whatnot. But before we get to this Nicki Minaj situation, I want to know your thoughts about Trump and the airstrikes that's going on in Nigeria that was launched on Christmas night. Okay, Merry Christmas to those people in Nigeria. Okay, I'm pretty sure you would like another Christmas other than waking up to an airstrike, but you never... You get what I mean, right? What are your thoughts on that? And does it serve any purpose, you think? And obviously, we know why he did it. Well, the narrative that was thrown out there because of the killing of Christians. But do you think it serves a purpose?
Yeah. It's going to be casualties in war. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they out there slaughtering Christians, the Muslims. They out there slaughtering the Christian people. So apparently they asked for help. I saw videos on the internet. They was begging and pleading for President Trump to help. He helped in his way. My man playing Call of Duty right now. He hitting them, Venezuelans, some more stuff.
Nah, I feel you. And I do know a lot of people, not a lot of Nigerian people that was in the comments that praising Trump. It seems like a lot of the Americans is using this as another way to hate Trump. I mean, we all know there's a group of people that hate Trump. We all know that. No matter what he does, he could say free health care for everybody in America. He could give everybody in America $1 million as a stimulus check, and they will find a way to hate this man. It is what it is. Wherever you stand is probably where you're going to end up, right? And be on that side of the bracket. But do you think there's any alternative motive here? Because we are talking about the U.S. government still, right? And obviously Trump is part of the U.S. government. And even though there was pressure from his base to go out and do something about what was going on, obviously Nicki Minaj, who we're going to talk about, was pleading for Trump to do something about that. Do you think beyond helping Christians, there's another agenda going on behind that?
There's always another agenda going on. Anything the government do, it ain't never just cut and dry. It ain't never just, oh, I'm just trying to help people. I'm just trying to do this. Man, they out here. It might be some precious minerals. Like, that might have been a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Oil.
Might be oil, lithium, gold, diamonds. It could be a plethora of things. So they said, man, shit. They doing what? Got him and blew them motherfuckers sky high. Now they about to go over there and get what they need to get. But you know that's how it always is, though. Yeah. It's always back in George Bush days. They didn't go over there for no damn weapons of mass destruction. They went over there. They wanted that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's always ulterior motives. Always.
And that's kind of like how the government is. The government is gangster. Okay.
The real gangsters. It ain't the Bloods and the Crips and the BDs and GDs that's doing the twisting the fingers and all that. It's them. They the real gangsters. They don't give a
I agree.
You up.
I agree. They gangster just like any other gang in the country. But we'll see what happens and if this serves any purpose, if this stops the killing. All I know is why now? Because I know somebody from Nigeria, close person, and they were born into this type of struggle, this type of thing. This was going on way in the early 2000s. Why is it being a narrative now? Okay, that's what I want to know. And I
you
still,
talking about Coney, right? I think that was his name, Coney.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was out there wilding out. I remember that. That was like back in 2012.
Yeah, I mean, it's been going on for the last 2 decades. And like I said, there are people around my age that have grown into this. So why is it becoming a narrative now? What is being pushed? And is this being used as a way to, again, do something alternative? Look, we'll figure that out. But I want to get right into this Nicki Minaj thing, right? Because obviously she's receiving a lot of backlash for joining the conservative party. And I'm going to play a clip from Dr. Umar Johnson, who had this to say about Nicki Minaj. And then, P, I want to get your immediate thoughts on what Dr. Umar Johnson has to say after this clip, which I'm going to play right about now.
And my sister, Nicki, you have no business using hip-hop music to build yourself in Black culture. Very talented sister, very articulate sister, very intelligent sister, tremendous lyricist. Few sisters I could put in front of her in terms of lyrical talent, but how dare you build a comfortable life for you and your beautiful family on Black culture and then turn around and use that success to help Donald Trump leverage his military agenda against Black Africa, the Black Caribbean, and Black America. I need her to understand, Art, Sister Nicki, you are being used against the Black Caribbean. You are being used against Black Africa, and you are being used against Black America. Is what Donald Trump is offering you, is it worth that? Is it worth the turning back the clock of African people in 3 separate regions, Art?
All right, that was Dr. Umar Johnson on The Art of Dialogue. Pete, why is it that Dr. Umar Johnson and a lot of people is using this as a way to say that Nicki Minaj betrayed her people? Why is it that we associate Black people to a particular party that when she comes out and she joins a conservative movement is almost like she's slapping Black people in the face? Why is that?
Because they know Black people ignorant for the most part, because we grew up voting Democrat. I remember my parents, when I was growing up, they say, we vote Democrat. Why? That's just what we do. That ain't no answer. But Dr. Umar, they know this, right? So they know if they say, well, Nicki Minaj bad for joining the conservative movement, the Black people just gonna clap. They just gonna clap. It's easy. It's easy to get the Black people on your side. But on the other hand, he ain't got no damn nerve to be talking about nobody building nothing off of Black culture. First of all, this man was building a school, 13 to 15 years, something around about that?
Yep.
Begging for donations. He was begging. And then most of the time, he wasn't even satisfied with the donations. I remember I saw the video. You saw the video when I posted it. This man said, thank you for the $10. Next time, make it 20. I know you didn't have the 10 to begin with. You ungrateful bastard. And he talking about Nicki Minaj eating off the back. First of all, white people was mostly buying Nicki Minaj tickets, merchandise and all that shit. White people was doing it. And the reason a lot of people are giving backlash to me right now, because I said hip hop isn't Black culture. It used to be when they was.
That's a very good point.
You know what I'm saying? When they back in them days, LL Cool J with the one pants leg rolled up and the Kango hats and all that stuff back then. Who run the music industry now? People.
Yep, a bunch of, you know what execs are. Okay.
We ain't gonna say it, but you know.
We know.
If they run it, how's it Black culture? Because they turned that what was Black culture into a subculture that's a detriment to the Black culture. But these people too blind to see because it's mostly niggas that's rapping. But what are they rapping about? Popping pussy, showing pink buttholes, murder, drugs, crying on rap songs because their girlfriend left them. That's it. If that's black culture, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm going back to my Spanish ass. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And Nicki Minaj played a part in that throughout her career prior to joining the party. She played
did.
every bit of role into that.
Charlie
Okay.
Kirk said that she wasn't a good role model for 18 years and younger.
Yeah.
That's
And he
perfect.
was right.
He was right. But they
And
trying to say, oh, he didn't like her. That don't mean he didn't like her.
Yeah.
That
he
just
was
means
telling
that
the
she
truth.
wasn't a good role model. Like, man, people just take everything and try to spin it to fit their narrative of they BS thinking.
Look, I think for me, right?
Yeah.
When you look at Nicki Minaj and the role that she played in destroying the youth, right? With the music, and we all know the hip hop, when you turn it on right now and you listen to any woman, there's no Lauryn Hill that you could bop to.
Yeah.
Okay, before you could get a Lauryn Hill in there, but now you got the Gorillas, whatever, you got the Megan, the Stallions, whatever, and whoever, right? And all they promoting is garbage as soon as you turn on the radio. But now we get to a part where, who knows, maybe she's awakened. Okay, and primarily the reason why she joined this party was because of what was going on in Nigeria and the killings of young children and Christians and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, and I asked myself before I became logical, right? I'm like, why would people be against that? Why would people give her backlash for standing up for people that's being persecuted?
Yeah.
And then I thought about it, Leel, these are the same people that murder babies as a sport. Why would we think they would be on the side of doing something for another country and saving kids and whatnot?
That was a bar right there, too.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. And I think when you become a person that thinks logically, instead of left side that's telling you, oh, it's about how you feel. Oh, I woke up feeling like a boy today or a girl today, right? We get out of the logic because everything that's being pushed, tampons in boys' bathroom, now we live in logical space and we talking about what we feel and we living based on how we feel and not what it is. And when you become a person who knows what it is and what it stands for, you start to lean to the right. And I think that's what's happening with Nicki. She got all that money, so she was in the moment. She was obviously doing what she had to do for Master. Okay, tap dance and perform because that was how she made her living. And once she got all that and she did all her dirt and whatnot and the participation in the degrading of the people, she realized, you know what? Yeah, I think I got too far left. Okay, and things started hitting her like a ton of bricks. She realized the world is bigger than herself. And that's why, to me, she joined the Conservative Party.
Man, that sounds logical right there. You made a valid point, too. The left want everybody to be in their feelings. Now, an emotionally reactive man is a dangerous man. That's a dangerous man.
Those are the ones that's shooting up schools.
That's a dangerous boy.
And assassinating political leaders.
Exactly. When you react, when a male, I don't want to call them men because they're not men. Anybody that reacts emotionally, because you wake up and then you don't feel like this, but you feel like this. Now you just confused and you sassy and gay, and it's just out of control. Now you a girl and a they, them, shim, whatever. There's so many goddamn pronouns out nowadays. Man, I can't even keep up. So many genders and all this stuff. What is a Zimzer, bro?
Yeah.
What the hell?
1,000 nicknames and whatnot. I mean, the way how the world is, man, is crazy. But there's a thing that I want to bring up, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously you have, first of all, let's play a clip of Nicki Minaj. It's a side-by-side comparison. So It's Nicki Minaj and it's Megan Thee Stallion twerking and whatnot. So I'm going to play that and I'm going to show you the difference here. Because you got one woman who, Megan, was endorsing Kamala Harris, and this is how she gets on for the black people. Just twerking and whatnot. While we have on the right, a woman in Nicki Minaj who's dressed up professionally, right? Hair done, makeup, whatever. Dressed up in a dress and whatnot. This is the difference. So when you talk about what side you on, Democrat, Republican, left, right, whatever, this goes to show you how Democrats and the left think of you. When they have this woman twerking and whatnot, that's how they, they get Cardi B, people that's illiterate and whatnot, they throw them to the forefront because that's how they think of you. But here with Nicki Minaj is different.
When it comes to like Meg Thee Stallion or any female rapper that they try to throw at us, everybody knows black people had this mindset of idolizing celebrities. Yep. So they use these celebrities and they know that we like, black people like to have fun. We like to party. We like to get high and drunk. And, I'm trying to keep my curse words minimal. Even though I apologize for the few that I did say. But
no, you good.
Yeah, so throwing Megan Thee Stallion on stage, twerking, screaming, "Body, yaddy, yaddy," wasn't an abortion clinic outside or something like that.
Yep,
my bad. I heard. Like it's ridiculous. They think of us as stupid. Like we the dumbest race on earth. They know all they gotta do is throw their favorite celebrity out there, and they gonna get it. I mean, a lot of us waking up though, but it's still a lot of us that still sleep, that still stuck with this idolization of celebrities. For what reason? Look at rappers. They can go anywhere that they want and people flock them. It's like, damn, look at NBA YoungBoy.
Yep.
Grown men crying at a concert. Do you know how insane that sounds?
The only concert that I would say a grown man should be crying at is Michael Jackson. And that's about it. But other than that, and that's a joke. But no grown man should be crying at anybody's concert.
Because I was about to bring that up too. I seen white people crying at Michael Jackson concert, but for grown black males to be at a 26-year-old man's concert, he ain't doing nothing but rapping about murder or rapping about how sad he is, and you in the stands. I felt that, young boy, YB. Bro, not only that, they not crying, they will kick your ass behind that kid. I watched a video. It was some dude, because I'm pretty sure you know about Lil Durk and YB little situation. It was a dude outside the YB concert screaming "Free Durk." They kicked his ass.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how black people get when it comes to materialistic things and whatnot. And I mean, you got people that will kill you for sneakers. I mean, it's crazy the things that we worship. And here's where I want to turn the conversation.
Hold on, before you do that, because you said kill for sneakers, right?
Yep.
Not maybe 5 minutes from me. Somebody remember when the Popeye's chicken sandwiches came out?
Yeah, and they were wilding out over that.
Yeah, somebody got killed for one down the street from me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and we are being socially programmed and whatnot. And we keep running back to the same people with the same issues that do nothing for us, that preach gold, that sent you a black president to fool y'all and to pass agendas, for the gay people and whatnot. But that's neither here or there. When you talk about, Amber Rose, who also joined the party of the conservative party along with Nicki Minaj, this is a different conversation, but it's deep.
Yeah, I love Amber Rose.
Do you think it's a pipeline with certain women? And I want to be very careful here with the label that I'm going to use, right? But it's certain women that may have been all over the place growing up, like Amber Rose, certain things that we know about her and whatnot. And the same thing with Nicki Minaj. Do you think there's a pipeline with hip hop women or women in general that lived a certain type of lifestyle, basically away from God, that makes them join the conservative party after they get to a certain age in their life? Because we've seen it happen. And obviously church is a place where a lot of women who've been with Tom, Dick, and Jerry and Hussein, and Tyrone and whatnot, when they get to a certain age and they have, 2 children, they end up in the church, running up and down the aisles, doing the helicopter. Do you think there's a pipeline, a conservative pipeline, when it comes to obviously Nicki Minaj and Amber Rose? Do you think there's a conservative pipeline?
I think God is the pipeline. After a while, after you had your fun and you wilding out, you doing what you do, because I choose my words carefully. Yeah. Once you had enough and you find out there's more to life than that. That whole Hollywood entertainment industry is nothing but satanic. It's like once you wake up and you realize, like, dang, all I'm doing is sleeping with these people. Let's go for male and female. I'm not talking about those two specifically, but all I'm doing is sleeping with people, drugs, drinking, partying every night. And then one day you wake up, and then that's when God opened your eyes. Now you come to God, and guess who party is more so on the God side? They say white Christian nationalists, but it's conservatives. Conservatives believe more in God than, and then on the left side, every agenda that they push is satanic. So I believe that when you wake up and you see that, like, damn, this side really is trying to chop my child's penis off. This side is really trying to have men inside my daughter's bathroom. This side is really having drag queens read to my children at story time. This side is really outside parading around naked in front of kids, shaking their ass in man thongs. So you have to be able, you know what I'm saying? So God is that pipeline from here, God, now you on this side. That's just my, my personal belief in it all.
No, I agree. I think you're totally right. And that's why I think that pipeline exists. Because when you do your phase, whatever that phase is, it could be man and woman, not just women, but it also is men as well. For example, Ice Cube, he was one of the people that really started the destruction of hip hop with NWA, and how that set back our communities. I mean, they were the biggest impact as far as gangster rap and what that did to the communities. He destroyed a lot of people. And then he became this person that got the TV. And then he the one that came with the contract for Black America, who, by the way, the Democrats turned him down. And it was Trump that actually, listened to him and whatnot.
Yeah, Joe Biden turned him down. He didn't even want to hear him.
I mean, look, at the end of it all, when you really think about it, when you talk about God and what is and what isn't, you're going to end up conservative if you believe, and even you don't even have to believe in God to be a conservative, right? It's just common sense. I think that's the party of common sense. I think that's the party of God. I think that's the party of family and not the destruction of family. Yeah. Anytime you look at the left, you go away from family. Feminism is a real thing. Abortion is a real thing. It's just away from the world. So these two people, well, Nicki Minaj and Amber Rose, for a prime example, they were living in a worldly world doing worldly things. And when they became older, and who knows what they're still doing behind closed doors, because you do have people that go to church and they still, doing what they do on the low. That's neither here or there, right? Yeah. But when you talk about what makes sense and you start waking up, chances are you're gonna lean to the right. And I think that's what happened here. And it's funny how, and it's very sad how our people, is missing the message. They're worried about who's with who, and I don't like Trump, so why is she with Trump? But they missing the overall agenda. Yeah. And that's what's sad.
Yeah, they are missing the overall agenda. But I'm gonna say this just on record. I don't trust neither party. Conservative, because a lot of people get that mixed up. Conservative is values. Republican is a political party.
Exactly.
So the conservative values just held the Republicans, for the most part, just so having a line with conservative values. That's why I vote for Republican. But if that was a flip flop and conservative became Democrat, then I vote Democrat. But right now, they wilding on the left side. They wilding.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's why I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump because of values.
Yeah.
I didn't really vote for Trump because I think Trump was going to be Moses 2.0. He was going to be a savior. I know Trump is part of the system as well. Okay, he's going to be one of the people like everybody else that promise you certain things, and he's probably going to deliver on a few of those things, which I think he has. And there's going to be things that he said he's going to do, and he's going to turn a blind eye to.
Just like any president, they're going, okay, how can I word this? You're going to deliver certain things, but what are you doing on the back end of those things? You know what I'm saying? So it could be some, even with him. I know a lot of people like to cut behind him, but like, if he might be doing this, he might send you what was he supposed to send, like 2,000 from the tariff?
Yep. Tariff refund.
But then he might do a refund, a back end deal where they getting billions of dollars. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, too many people put too much faith in man. Man has flaws. Man has lots of flaws. And I need to figure out how to say this too. Would it seem like America isn't first right now? It seemed like it's another place.
Yeah, first. I mean, I think there's a country that is controlling, a particular country that's controlling, and the particular people as well that's controlling the government and
rap.
rap as well. Yep, and movies, entertainment. Yep. But look, you mentioned a point, and this is where I want to end off here. You mentioned a point about putting your faith in man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that I feel like we as a black community do too much in. We put our faith in man because we were used to the Moses. I'm gonna lead you out of the promised land, out of the land of bondage. You get to the Moses, you get to the Martin Luther King. I have a dream today. Okay, the Malcolm X, by any means necessary, right? And we get these motivational speakers. Barack Obama, change is gonna come, right? And we fall for the okie doke, and we fall for the people that preach a good word, and then we fall for the leader, and we believe in man instead of believing in ourselves and our own people and coming together. We want everybody to do the work for us. So that's why when Nicki Minaj joined the party, we get offended. Like, first of all, with all due to Nicki Minaj, with all due respect, who cares? Okay, like what your political views are and who you join and who you don't join. Who cares? Right? That's not the point. We don't care what Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and all these other people side with. They human beings just like us. Okay, we don't care. But the fact that we are making it, our community is making it a big deal. To me, that's where the problem lies.
Yeah, and we need to stop looking up to these people. Man, listen, we got so many prominent. We got doctors, lawyers, bankers. We got so many people who people won't even bat an eye at. But we look up to these ratchet ass entertainers. It don't make sense to me. It really just don't make sense to me, man. Like, damn, who give a damn what a rapper got to say? Most of the time, they just saying it for content anyway. They usually don't even give a damn about half the stuff they talking about. They just know it's going to rile y'all up because most people know that our people react off of emotion. That's why you can actually sway. That's why we keep getting tricked. Well, not us, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep getting tricked by the Democrat, the leftist party, because they know all you got to do is sway with words, make it sound good. I read Kamala Harris' book while I listened to it, just out of curiosity. And she made mutilating children sound so great. She was so soft and so loving the way she said it. But the fact that she's saying transgender children, and we keep getting fooled by words and soft tones and a charismatic personality. Yeah. People don't realize that, man. Nah, actions speak louder than words, and we keep getting fooled by words. Ain't that something?
And we've been getting fooled by words for the last 40 years. And that's the problem. And that's why we are where we are. But I end here by saying, I hope Nicki Minaj joining the party is more of an awakening, and it's not something that she's doing in the moment, because we do know women to be emotional people. One day they feel like doing something and then they do it. And, if they stick to it, it's a different conversation. But hopefully she has an awakening, and she will be on the side of good, because I think hip hop, again, has done more destroying of our communities than anything else. And obviously we know about the hip hop to prison pipeline that exists as well. Definitely. And hopefully she could inspire people who want to listen and who want to be on the side of life and pro-life and whatnot, and not only pro-choice and whatnot, but pro-life. To me, that's bigger, because we should want life. I think that's what keeps the economy stimulated. That's what builds the communities. When you have nuclear families that are giving birth and giving birth in the right situation, in the right habitat, and not just baby daddies roaming like Rolling Stones and whatnot, and being raised by one parent. I think if we want to see changes in our community, it starts with the nuclear family, and that's what I think the right, as far as core values, is pushing.
It is. Even with Turning Point USA Rise, formerly known as Black, that's one of the core things right there. Nuclear family. But I want to add on to this. You said you don't want kids being raised in single parent households. Well, I want people to realize that, okay, you have a mother raising a single parent, raising a boy by herself, right? That grown man, that grown man eventually is going to become an emotional man.
Yep.
So now it's like two women in the house. So I remember I had gotten to a debate with somebody, and I told him, she said, we need fathers in the house. And I said, we need good fathers in the house, strong fathers in the house, godly fathers in the house, leaders in the house. not just fathers, because you could be a POS father. Don't forget that. You could be a drunk father, an abusive father, a manipulative father. It's so many different fathers. So that's an umbrella. You need to be strict, direct, and laser focused on what you're saying. So I always say this: you need a good father in the household.
I agree. And I think part of the issue that we see today, I mean, we are living in a collapse of society right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, no matter if people want to sugarcoat it or not, we are living in the collapse of society right now. And the main reason for that is because obviously the fathers are, and I'm not speaking all, but to generalize it a little bit, that's what is happening. There's no good father in the home, and some of it is systemically with the crack epidemic and whatnot. Some of it is social stuff and whatnot. Could be the case. There's a lot of factors on why that is. People not choosing correctly, but at the same time, I think if we're looking for a person and man, a Martin Luther King 2.0, a Moses 2.0, folks, he's not born yet, and he's probably never going to be born again. There's never going to be another one. It's going to be amongst the people coming together to make it happen, and the choices that we decide to choose to do, how to live, right? Who we lay down with and who we have families with. Everything is us. It starts with us. We are the change that we want to see.
Exactly. Look yourself in the mirror. Let me say one last thing. Stop looking for a leader outside. Look for a leader inside. Go look at yourself in the eyes and say, I'm gonna be the person. I want to be the change that the world see. Yeah, I want to see the world. People look for these leaders. Y'all follow Martin Luther King, and what did he say? I led my people into a burning building.
Yep.
Come on, man. Y'all keep getting.
And the show ain't gonna be Dr. Umar Johnson. Okay, sure not gonna be him.
He's gonna lead y'all to an empty bank account.
He's gonna lead y'all to a school that doesn't exist. Okay, man. That's what's gonna happen.
You see it. Everybody keep taking photos and videos of it. I'm gonna reach out to him too. Like you was talking about, his one excuse he made recently was he couldn't get somebody to do the HVAC. Well, my father do HVAC.
Now ain't that suspicious, right?
Come on, you got a different excuse every single time. Well, the bathrooms don't work. HVAC. We need permits. We need this. All you did, you took that donation money so you can't get sued. You might have rented out got the building, and then you put the paint up and left it there.
Unfortunately, we got to stop getting conned. And that's just what it is. And government is doing that with us as well every single day. Pushing out ideas, having speeches, having people twerking and whatnot to try to steal your vote so they can steal your tax dollars. And that's just what it is. And P, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
I appreciate it.
Hanging out for this 35 minutes. Everybody that's tuning in, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you tap into the Can You Dig Sports Radio Network. And P, you got any last words that you want to leave the people with before we head out?
Nah, not really. Stop looking for a leader. Lead yourself. Lead your household. Y'all so busy looking for a leader, you can't even lead yourself. And that's why our community's in a disarray, because we over here looking for another Malcolm X. And your baby mother hates you. Your child don't love you. And that's just all. Do for self. That's all I can say. Do for self. Read more. Pick up a book sometimes.
Pick up a book. Open the page. And read
the Bible. Go to Proverbs. Proverbs gives a lot of life lessons, and if you follow Proverbs, you be all right. Trust me.
All right, I hope y'all listen to that, and I hope y'all enjoyed this show. And until the next time, we out.
Peace.
Sports, politics, conspiracy theories. We are here to give you our unique perspectives on things happening in the world. It's the one and only The Real Leel on The Real Leel Show.